please proceed to the parking area. Thank you.
Don't you ever leave the side of me, and definitely not privately and honestly. I'm down like the economy.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here inside the CITI Arena as we bring you the continuation of Manny Pacquiao Senior MPBL Pocket League Season 3. We're on the 11 under division. It's between KULTURA versus Boss X GRINDHOOPS. Now let's meet the starters first. Starting player number 9, Mateo Cabreros. Other player number 10, Axel Arciaga. Number 15, Zio Sanchez. Number 18, Angelo Uri. And number 28, Kael Mabula. The head coach of KULTURA is Mark Herrera. And now let's meet the starters for the GRINDHOOPS. Starting player number 1, Lucas Fanton. Number 7, J.M. Abringe. Number 18, Tristan Nakdulha. Number 21, Juan Jimenez. And number 28, Shane Toma. The head coach is Sammy Belangel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 3. This is our 11 under division. My name is Roy Sacote, covering the next set of games here inside the CITI Arena here in Santa Mesa, Manila. For those who want to watch us live, we are live here inside, and it's free of charge, nothing to pay. As this is our 4th game for today in the 11 under division. It's KULTURA headed by Coach Mark Herrera versus Bros X GRINDHOOPS, coach by Coach Sammy Belangel. Of course, Sammy Belangel is the father of SJ Belangel, who's now playing in the KBL, a former Ateneo Blue Eagles. And Coach Mark Herrera, man, I've known this coach for a couple of years already. He coached a lot of teams here in the Metro, especially AMA colleges, together with Coach Yong Katekista. And before we start the game, we're just giving some warnings to some of the parents here. Of course, we have a dedicated seat upstairs here in CITI Arena. And this is the start of the 4th game now in our 11 under division, as first possession goes to KULTURA. And this game is brought to you by Chef's Magic. Make every meal a magic moment. As offensive rebound here for the white shirts. Oh, good steal by Jay Abringe, as Abringe opens up the 4th game with that shot. And stealing the ball, stealing the show was J.M. Abringe. And here comes Zio Sanchez, but another turnover for KULTURA. This time it's Lucas Pendon. Gives it here. Good save, but Sanchez was right there to get that leather, but another counter steal on the other end for Bros X GRINDHOOPS. This time rebounded na by Mateo Cabreros. And this is the perfect time for these North teams to showcase their skills, as in and out on that triple. Of course, a lot of scouts watching these kids right now. Look at that shot for Zio Sanchez. Or Zio Sanchez, as Lucas Pendon dribbling it down. Look at that. It was triple teamed there, and finding the towering Juan Jimenez, but Juan Jimenez couldn't handle the rock, so that's going to be a turnover. And of course, this is already the 3rd season of the Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League. Zio, nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Axel Arciaga. Great interior defense for Bros X GRINDHOOPS, but ball stays with the white shirts with 5 on the 24. And Coach Sammy Belangel giving instructions to his team, especially on the defensive end. Catch and shoot 3 just to beat the buzzer, but wala nga lang for KULTURA. And eto na ulit ang Bros X GRINDHOOPS. Zigzagging his way, rejected by Mateo Cabreros. No easy shot, says Mateo. Kicks it to the right corner. Triple is no go for Tristan Nacolanga. Pero offensive rebound pa din by JACCG or Bros X Grindhoops. Ball goes the other way. Score natin. We are tied at 2 apiece with 7:25 remaining here in the first quarter. And again, we still have 7 more games of action dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League North Division. Again, remind ko lang this is the 11 under division, but you can see Juan Jimenez clearly has the size advantage here. The man amongst the boys. This great rebound by Kael Mabulak. Sanchez kicks it here. Good fake. He'll take and he'll score for Mateo Cabreros. We have 2 Mateos in the lineup for today. As rejected by Mabulak and turnover dito. Si Tristan Nacolanga and Coach Sammy Belangel really not happy with how his team is playing, as another steal for Bros X Grindhoops, leading to an easy layup for JM Abringe. And our score is 4-4. So 4 minutes had gone by in the first quarter. And dikdikan ng laro dito as matatawagan nga lang na foul si Zio Sanchez or Zio Sanchez. That will be his first. And that's just the first team foul for this 11 under players. So clearly showing some well-disciplined defense in the Junior Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. But speaking of junior, just want to remind everyone that big guy, Juan Jimenez, is a junior, of course. Pero kita-kita mo talaga, ang laki ng batang to. And a 3-point shot can't get it to go for Zio Sanchez. Clean out job, no good. Oh, good pass. Extra pass. They got too unselfish there. That's why na-turnover nila yung bola na yun. But a lot of steals being drawn by Bros X Grindhoops, leading to points from turnover. That time naman from JM Abringe again. And now Kultura trailing by 4. And another steal for the green shirts, leading to a transition offense. Tristan Nacolanga increases the lead to 6, 10-4 ang score natin. Kicks it to the left wing. That's a wide open triple, but can't get it to go for Axel Arashaga. And a very familiar face itong si Axel Arashaga sa akin. I've covered this kid in different leagues. Just look at that pass from Axel to Kael Mabulak. And of course, this team, Kultura, being headed by Coach Mark Herrera's, almost a steal. Good fake, and he'll sink it in for Tristan Nacolanga. That was a good fake for Tristan to send Kael Mabulak up in the air and get a wide open shot. 6 minutes had gone by. And that's a 4 shot, well defended by Bros X Grindhoops. And a substitution dito for Coach Sammy Belangel. And a substitution naman on the other end. The one's going to be checking in for Kultura is Charles Mami. Now, this kid is a triple-double machine. No? I've covered this kid in different leagues here in the Metro. And that kid, literally, expect nyo na parang yung bola pupunta dito kay, kay Charles Mami every time he goes for the rebounds. A good fake, and what a move for Shane Calma, increasing the lead to 8, 14-6 ang score natin dito with 3.5 remaining. Just like what I mentioned, Charles Mami getting that rebound, but the shot was off. And look at that. Ball goes back to Kultura. Coach Sammy Belangel is clarifying with the officials na last touch daw ng white shirts. And yun nga. He's right. So ball goes, or ball stays with the green shirt. As Abringe gives it to the towering Juan Jimenez, but couldn't get that shot to go. Mabulak, coast-to-coast layup is up and good as he cuts down the lead to 6, 14-8. Less than 3 minutes to play in this game. And this matchup, no, one of the assistant coaches of Coach Mark Herrera is a good friend of mine who is Coach Yong Katekista. Coach Yong, his daughter is actually playing in the UP Fighting Maroons. As Charles Mami steals the ball and steals the show. And may timeout dito ang Bros Grind Hoops with 2 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Our score is 14-10 in favor of Bros Grind Hoops. Tapos, hindi na ito nakamit, no? Okay lang po. Ay, basta na commercial po. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 3, our 11 under division. So far, it's a tight ball game between these two teams. Time remaining is 2 minutes and 32 remaining in the first quarter. And right now, after timeout break, Coach Mark Herrera wants his team to go full court defense, but ang dali lang i-break doon ng Bros X Grind Hoops, especially for JM Abringe as he floats it up and in, raising the lead to 16-10. Oh, matatawagan nga lang ng foul dito si Caleb Laroga, getting his first personal foul of the afternoon. Or if in the morning, 11:46 a.m. pa lang. And 2 free throws for Kael Mabulak. As on your screen right now, that was Charles Mami with wearing the 23 shirt. 21 naman si Juan Jimenez. And I believe there's water spilled on the hardwood floor. That's why we have a stoppage of play here. And of course, here in Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 3, our main priority are the safety of our players. So, importanteng i-wipe muna ng ating mopper here in City Arena yung water na yon sa ating court. This game is brought to you by, of course, Chef's Magic. Make every meal a magic moment. Dora, bola ng Pilipino. Official ball of Junior MPBL, the first Pinoy basketball bound active for quality sportswear. And every champion has a Milo story. And Growy brand spill, or Growy. Maximize your child's growth window while their growth plates are still widely open. Growy contains 100% vitamin D3 to help strengthen bones and muscles. Beat the growth deadline. Switch to Growy. And feeling ko, ito si Juan Jimenez. Nakailang Growy rin. But you can see on your screen right now, the second tallest player on the court is the one who's taking the free throws, Kael Mabulak. And ulit-ulitin ko, just want to remind everyone, this is the 11 under division. So 11 below pa tong mga players na to. Pero grabe, tatakadas. Mabulak! Ball went out, but offensive rebound by KULTURA, but ball goes out. So babalik ang bola dito sa Bros Grind Hoops. As Bros Grind Hoops enjoying a 5-point lead. And that's going to be a turnover for Lucas Pendon. I've spoke with some of the players inside, and one of the players to watch is actually Lucas Pendon. And papasok dito si Sandro Natividad. Papalitan muna si Lucas Pendon right on cue. Sabi ni Coach Sammy Belangel, pahinga ka lang muna saglit, and he's teaching him on the sidelines as Flores now go. So a minute and 20 remaining in the first quarter. Passes it to Natividad. Natividad fakes. Passes it. Right corner. Triple is up and good for Franco Maximo. That is the first three-pointer of the morning in our 11 under division. And another great steal. Look at that hustle of JM Abringe. But layup is no good. But nandun si Natividad for the cleanup job on aisle 19 for Sandro Natividad. Score natin, 21-11. 10-point lead for Bros X GRINDHOOPS. And matatawagan ng foul dito si Sandro Natividad. That will be his first personal foul. We only have 37 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and that's just the second team foul for the green shirts. These two teams really showing well-disciplined defense, no? As ayun, like what I've said, kinausap lang ni Coach Sammy Belangel itong si Lucas Pendon. And nilabas niya si JM Abringe. Oh, good move! Oh, wala nga lang as Charles Mami gets the offensive rebound and great dish to Kael Mabulak for that easy deuce. Casal deleted back to single digits, 21-13. Rejected by Kael Mabulak. Not today, says Kael. As Kael, extra pass to an easy shot. This time from Greg Reyes. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first quarter. 6-point ball game in favoring Bros X GRINDHOOPS, 21-15. So we'll have a short break. We'll be back, folks, right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is brought to you by Chef's Magic. Make every meal a magic moment. And it's a 6-point lead favoring Bros X GRINDHOOPS. They did pretty well during the first quarter, but in the dying minutes of that quarter, nakabhabol etong Kultura. The largest lead was actually 10 points. But at the end of the first quarter, Kultura was able to trim it down. As look at that layup by Caleb Laroga over Kael Mabulak. And Coach Sammy Belangel instructing his team to go for a man-to-man defense. Mas matatawagan kagad dito si Caleb Laroga getting his second personal foul. Papasok dito si Zio Sanchez replacing Axel Arsiaga. Tic-tac-toe passing. Gives it mo to Mabulak. Mabulak got triple man. Actually, quadruple man na nga yun. And another steal for Bros X GRINDHOOPS. Ooh, last touch by Lucas Pendon. Ball goes back to Kultura. And another steal by Lucas. Lucas fakes the pass, decides to give it to Natividad, and Natividad for the easy deuce. One of the things that Kultura really needs to work on is to make better decisions. Especially they've been turning the ball a lot of times because of the pressure defense that's being executed. Oh, good feed! Wala nga lang by Charles Mami. And a steal naman by Greg Reyes as Greg sinks that one in from defense to offense is Greg Reyes. And Kultura executing their own full court defense naman as Lucas. Floater is up and good for Lucas Pendon. Two minutes had gone by in the first half as Charles Mami cleans it up and in. Like what I mentioned during the first quarter, si Charles Mami parang may magnet to sa kamay niya because ball is always falling in his hands. That's how great this guy is, or this kid is, grabbing those rebounds and covered this kid. This kid has been a triple-double machine in different leagues here in the Metro and now showcasing his skills again in the Junior MPBL Pocket League. Lucas lays it up and good defense by Greg Reyes. Here comes Charles. Ayan na, ilang beses na nagkatapat yan si Lucas Pendon and Charles Mami. And that's a wide open perimeter jumper but wala nga lang for Mateo Ramirez. Sanchez gets fouled. Tries to force that shot in, but will that be an active shooting foul? As Franco Maximo gets his first personal foul and a lot of substitutions for Coach Sammy Belangel. Pati na rin kay Coach Mark Herrera and Coach Yong Katekista. And you can see on the left side of your screen instructing his team. And like what I mentioned, I like this matchup kasi may konting UAAP drama. As Coach Sammy Belangel, of course, his son is a former Ateneo Blue Eagles in SJ Belangel. For Kultura naman, ang daughter ni Coach Yong Katekista, who is the assistant coach of Coach Mark Herrera, is calling one of the shots right now. She's playing in the UP Lady Fighting Maroons in the UAAP Women's Division. As Mabulak crosses over. Look at that! What a reverse layup by Kael Mabulak. That shot is brought to you by Dora at Bola ng Pilipino, the official basketball of Junior MPBL, the first Pinoy basketball. That's good fake. And that's going to be a foul on Charles Mami. And imagine, 11 under pa lang tong mga to. But you can see already the skills, the IQ of these kids playing basketball. And imagine, Charles Mami, hard foul yung ginawa niya doon para hindi na maitira yung bola. Because if, you know, natawagan na ng foul and hindi mo masyadong nakatira pa yung kalaban, that could have been an end one and that could be a much more disaster play for your team. As Mabulak able to draw a foul on Franco Maximo, that's going to be second. And it's a 6-point lead. Still in favor of Bros X Grind Hoops. Archaga is the one taking the point roll. Gets it to the left wing and knocks that one in from downtown for Greg Reyes. As they are able to cut it down now by 3, 27-24. And my timeout break tayo dito, folks. We'll have a quick break. We'll be back for more action when we return. Back to the ball game, folks. That timeout break is brought to you by Pound Active for quality sportswear. And a lot of things being worked out for these two teams. I saw during the huddle, as look at that floater by Sheen Calma as he gets his first made bucket of the morning. And tinitignan ko kanina si Coach Sammy Belangel and si Coach Mark Herrera. talking to their teams. As here comes Bros X GRINDHOOPS with another steal. Again, a lot of steals ang nakukuha dito ng Bros X GRINDHOOPS. That's gonna be a foul on KULTURA as Coach Sammy. Pasok niya ulit dito si Juan Jimenez. Imagine mo, for an 11-under player, mas matangkad pa si Juan Jimenez kaysa sa referees natin. And that's because, of course, to no other than Growy. Growy maximizes your child's growth window while their growth plates are still wildly open. Growy contains 100% vitamin D3 to help strengthen bones and muscles. Beat the growth deadline. Switch to Growy. And another steal. Oh, great anticipation for Mateo Cabreros getting that steal. Zigzagging his way in. An easy shot for Zach Taganas. And don't look now. We're just looking at the 3-point ball game. And full court defense being executed by the white shirts. Jimenez against Mabulak. And short and no good on the second try. You saw what Kael Mabulak there was a size disadvantage, as on the other end naman, Axel Ashaga able to cut it down to just a 1-point ball game. And I like his attitude after making a bucket. Balik depensa kagad si Axel Ashaga. Lucas kicks it. Perimeter jumper is no go. And cleanup job on aisle 7 for Jema Bringe. And finally, nakascore na ulit dito ang Bros X GRINDHOOPS because napako sila sa 29 points. And in and out for Axel as Axel gets the steal and floater over Juan Jimenez. Fearless shot by Axel Ashaga. 31-30 ang score natin ngayon with 3 minutes and 25 remaining. And bumawi kaagad si Lucas Pendon. Again, score natin is 33-30. Almost a steal as Mabulak drives over one and lumabas nga lang. Lucas all the way. Great defense by Zach Taganas. Sanchez, Mabulak, extra pass inside to Mateo Cabreros. Less than 3 minutes to play in the first half. And, hard drop. And foul's gonna be on Mateo Cabreros. That's gonna be his first, and a two-man substitution for both teams. And again, folks, this is our North elimination sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 3. As good a time to Jimenez, basket and one! To Juan Jimenez. And Charles Mami gets his second personal foul. You can see the height mismatch, for KULTURA against Bros GRINDHOOPS. Their centers are actually Kael Mabulak and Charles Mami. And on that play, Charles Mami was the one who was guarding Juan Jimenez. Clearly, mas matangkad to si Juan Jimenez, and the strength of this kid was able to sink that shot in even though naka-hack si Charles Mami sa kanya. However, couldn't get the free throw to fall. I remember, may isang game pa nga, nag-41 points to si Charles Mami. 2 minutes and 20 remaining as Mabulak goes to the baseline. Offensive rebound for the White Shirts, rejected by one. But there's a whistle. Ayan, so the foul's gonna be on Juan Jimenez. Nagulat din ako. Ang sinenyos ng referee, the foul was on number 9, Hunter Simtoco, but Simtoco is not on the floor. So they corrected it. A second free throw is good. Cuts down the lead back to 1. 35-34 ang score natin ngayon. A good feed to 1. They're finding 1 in the second quarter. They want to heat him up. As look at that retaliation play for Axel Arasiaga. Don't look now. Lamang na ang kultura ng isa. 36-35. Clearly, a great bounce back for Kultura as Lucas Pendon takes it all to himself, as that's going to be a turnover on Lucas Pendon. Coach Sammy Balangel instructing his team that there's a wide open teammate, but clearly masyadong na sarado ng Kultura yung passing lanes down. As we have a timeout break, folks, with 1:31 remaining. We'll be back for more Junior MPBL Pocket League action when we return. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ball game. 1:30 remaining. It's just a 1-point lead. Lamang na ang Kultura ng isa. Mabulak goes inside, extra pass, and bounces out nga lang for Mateo Cabreros. Here comes Juan. Maximo, step back triple. Hits the back iron and miss, but he gets his own rebound, and J.M. Abringe, he thought that there was a foul, but still able to convert. As Mateo Ramirez kicks it, another steal. Look at the handles of J.M. Abringe. This kid has been doing a lot of steals in this ballgame, but just want to remind everyone, 11 under pa lang to, but you can see the basketball IQ of these kids. They know when to time their skills. They know where to locate the passing lanes. It just shows that these kids are being well coached, no? And even though mga 11 under pa lang to, really experienced na etong mga batang to. As Abringe misses on the first one. In a close ball game like this one, even though this is just the second quarter, free throws can be a huge factor. Let's see if he can knock down the second. And he does, as he goes. Split charities on the line. So it's a 2-point lead ulit in favor of Bros X Grind Hoops. And that's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow stays with the white shirts with 14 on the shot clock. So there's a 25-second game clock shot clock differential. All throughout this game, Kultura pa lang ang nakakatira ng tres. Oh, what a good feed! But great defense by Mateo Cabreros. And matatawagan nga lang ng blocking foul si J.M. Abringe. And nasa penalty ng Bros X Grind Hoops. And that's just his first personal foul. Imagine, J.M. Abringe has been doing a phenomenal job stealing the ball all throughout this game. And nakakaisang foul pa lang siya. It just shows that he really knows when to time his defense, when to swipe the ball. And that shows basketball IQ. However, 50-50 ball. Itong dalawang kupunan natin sa free throw line as of the moment. As Mabulak goes split charities. Cuts down the lead to 1, 30-37. 1. There's a 1-second game clock shot clock differential. Pendon taking the time, gives it to the right corner, short. And may oras pa dito ang Kultura makascore. They can take the lead in this possession. Almost a steal. And oh! And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the second quarter. Our score is 30-37 in favor of Bros X Grind Hoops. And this game is brought to you by, of course, Chef's Magic. And since this is the end of the second quarter, parent cheer of the game natin is Growy, no? So Growy again, maximize your child's growth window while their growth plates are still widely open.
Buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo. Iwasan na ang mga bisyo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have here the coaches of both teams, Coach Mark Herrera and Coach Sammy Belangel. Kausapin ko muna si Coach Mark Herrera of Kultura. Coach, great performance of both teams so far. Is there any basketball camp or tryout that you would like to promote?
Actually, this coming Tuesday, meron kaming tryout for the 18 under sa MPBL. So sana yung mga 2008, 2009, pumasyal kayo sa Ama University, 4 o'clock.
Ayun na, so nabanggit na ni Coach Mark yung schedule. Kontakin nyo na lang yung team niya. And of course, Coach, before we go, any sponsors that you would like to give thanks to?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat kami sa Kultura, sa team owner namin, si Sir Ogie Uy, tsaka si Ma'am Angelita Isleta, na patuloy na tumutulong sa amin sa lahat ng liga. So, pupunta kami ng China para mag-compete this coming November. So, sana magtuloy-tuloy yung programa namin.
Thank you, Coach Mark. So, kausapin ko naman si Coach Sammy Belangel of Grind Hoops. Coach, good afternoon. Like I mentioned, great performance no, sa parehong kupunan. Coach, any basketball camp or tryout that you would like to promote as well?
Good afternoon, everyone. The basketball team always have their Tuesday, Thursday regular training. You can check it out sa Facebook page namin if you want to or interested to join. Our representatives will more likely talk to you and settle kung ano yung pwede.
Thank you so much, Coach Sammy. Any sponsors that you would like to thank?
Thank you sa Jack, sa sponsors namin ngayon. At sa mga ibang sponsors namin like yung sa Toyota and everything, sa mga parents who are very supportive sa mga anak nila.
Once again, thank you, Coach Mark and Coach Sammy. Balik sa iyo, Rowie.
Third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Junior MPBL Pocket League. Season 3, 11 under division. As there's a good shot for Sheen Calma at the start of the third quarter. And that's going to be out of bounds. So ball stays. And ayan, we're just having some technical difficulties, but sound check, mic check. And okay, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies, we just had a technical difficulty, but we are back here in the third quarter. Lucas Pendon misses on that shot. We're looking at a 1-point ball game. 41-40 lamang ang kultura ng isa as Lucas. Great defense by Mateo Cabreros bothering that shot. As he spins, kicks it out. Baseline jumper is no go for Sheen Calma. And Kultura turns the ball over as Axel Ashaga wanted to pass it to Mateo Cabreros, but Mateo Cabreros wasn't ready to anticipate that pass as Charles Mami babalik ulit dito sa hardwood floor for rebounding purposes, especially Juan Jimenez is on the floor as well, so that's going to be a battle inside the shaded area. Lucas. Oh, passes it to Juan. Just like what I mentioned, this is the battle that we're going to be watching out for as may foul nga lang on Charles Mami. That's going to be his third personal foul. And I like the mentality of Charles Mami here, no? Kita-kita mo yung mismatch. Kita mo, nasa balikat lang ni Juan Jimenez si Charles Mami, but Charles Mami is taking on the assignment. Literally, inaako niya. As look at that, Lucas Pendon with the floater again. And palitan ng lamang dito as Uy with the long distance two-pointer. for Angelo Uy. As he stepped on the line there, masyado lang daw, malaki yung sapatos ni Angelo. That would have been a 3 kung one size down lang daw yung shoes niya. As Pendon goes left, spins, rejected by Zio Sanchez, leading to an easy layup for Axel Arashaga once again. So it's trading buckets between these two teams. And Arashaga denying the ball on Ambringe. But you also need to deny Lucas Pendon. Lucas. Pass it to the middle. That's a wide open shot, but no good nga lang for Sheen Calma. Charles. Power dribbles. And ball goes out. Look at that. Juan Jimenez didn't even jump to get that rebound. That's how tall that kid is. Oh, great anticipation as Zio Sanchez gets the steal. And jump ball lang itatawag dito ng ating referees. And a substitution here for Coach Sammy Belangel as papahinga niya muna si Tristan Nakulanga. Alamang na ng tatlo itong Kultura 45-42 as Kael Mabulak, man down, hand down, man down. Brosex GRINDHOOPS really needs to do a much better job defending itong si Kael Mabulak because this kid is fearless. His blocking foul will be called on Franco Maximo. That's going to be his third personal foul on Franco. And Kael Mabulak is kind of shaken up as he's still down on the floor. And that was a hard drop kasi on Kael. And our referees checking in on him, of course. The health and safety of the players are one of the important factors here in our Junior MPBL Pocket League. And he gave the thumbs up sign, but pinahinga muna siya dito ni Coach Mark Herrera. Of course, we still have 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. May isa pang quarter after this one. So gagamitin pa yan ni Coach Mark Herrera, I'm pretty much sure. As floater is up and good for Zach Taganas. That was over Juan Jimenez again. This time, foul on the other end against Kultura. That's going to be on Zio Sanchez. And that's going to be his second personal foul as Yu's going to be checking in for Jimenez. So 2 free throws dito para kay Franco Maximo. And these 2 free throws brought to you by Chef's Magic. Make every meal a magic moment. And of course, Doride, ang bola ng Pilipino, the official ball of Junior MPBL, the first Pinoy basketball. Dribbling out down the floor with the Pinoy step move for Mateo Cabreros as Mateo saying panatang makabayan as they are now up by 9, 42-51 in favoring of Kultura. Yu loses the rock and ball stays with the green shirts with 10 on the shot clock. And the timeout dito si Coach Sammy Belangel with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Our score is 51-42. We'll have a quick break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to the Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 3. Less than 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. And Charles Mami left wide open for that easy deuce. Great find from Zach Taganas. And this is the first double-digit lead in favor of Kultura. Kanina, it was Bros X GRINDHOOPS were up by 10. But the tables have turned. As fighting for that rebound, kicks it. Goes to the middle and wala ulit. And may hacking foul nga lang dito. Against JM Abringe. That's gonna be second personal foul. So 4 minutes and 5. Oh, what a good drive to the baseline for Mateo Cabreros. Mateo Cabreros really, that's his patented move, no? Yung Pinoy step move. Of course, that Pinoy step move was made in the Philippines. It's well known or recognized internationally. And that time, great defense for Franco Maximus. Charles Mami, pass it. Go, good feed and basket and one for Zio Sanchez. And you will be getting a breather here for Coach Sammy Belangel. So one more free throw for Zio Sanchez. They are now trailing by 15 points. As he misses, or up by 15 points. My apologies, folks. Charles, too strong. Maximo gets fouled as he got sandwiched there by Angelo Uy. Angelo gets his first personal. And what a shot! Great body control for Sandro Natividad. That was an off-balance shot. He a little bump to create separation. And rejected on the other end of the bound for Caleb Laroga. Pero balik pa rin ang bola dito sa Kultura. With 16 on the shot clock as they're now up by 13 points. Risky pass. Almost a turnover. Coach Sammy Belangel talking to the officials. Sanchez will be triggering the inbound. Kicks it. Oh, Mabulak. And Pendon touched it last. So balik pa rin ang bola dito sa Kultura with 7 on the shot clock. Coach Mark Herrera on the bench reminding his team about it. And catch and shoot 3. And rattles in and out for Angelo Uy. Less than 2 minutes to play. Oh, good fake. And matatawagan nga lang ng dribbling violation or what we call a carrying the ball. For those who don't know, in the FIBA handbook, it was already updated na isang ko lang ang dribbling, double dribble, ang lifting or carrying the ball. It's all a part of the dribbling violation just to make it easier to make that call. As Mabulak against 2 defenders and he'll go to the line for a pair. The man amongst the boys, etong si Kael Mabulak. As Charles Mami is gonna be checking in for Coach Mark Herrera. Papalitan niya muna dito si Zio Sanchez. as 2 free throws for Kael Mabulak. And of course, these 2 free throws brought to you by Pound Active for quality sportswear. As it goes in and out. Jimenez, Pendon. Oh, what a feed by Lucas Pendon! But great interior defense by Charles Mami and Mateo Cabreros. A minute and 10 remaining. Charles, no look pass and the foul! Axel Arashaga. He'll go to the line for one more, but credit that dime from Charles Mami as they now increase the lead back to 16 points. 60-44 ang score natin ngayon dito. And this is the largest lead so far, as of now, for Kultura. As he knocks down the and one opportunity, now a 17-point lead in favor of the white shirts. Lucas goes left, rejected by Charles Mami. Familiar faces. Etong dalawang kupunan na to, si Charles Mami pati Lucas Pendon, because they've been battling in different leagues in the Metro. As Mabulak turning garbage into gold is Kael Mabulak, increasing the lead to 19. Literally a different story here in the third quarter. Jimenez, no good. Imagine mo kahit nakataas na yung dalawang kamay ni Charles Mami doon, as matatawagan ng traveling dito si Zach Taganas. Parang hindi bothered doon si Juan Jimenez. Is that still considered a bothered shot? Yung shot ni Juan Jimenez earlier. I'm just kidding, folks. That's still great defense for Charles. As papahinga muna ni Coach Sammy Belangel itong si Juan Jimenez. 20 seconds remaining. Sai gets the steal. 10 seconds remaining. Passes it, almost a steal by Mabulak, but we still have 6.7 seconds remaining here in the third period. That will count, and I think Axel Ashaga had a piece of that, and that basket will not count as the shot clock already buzzed before they were able to release the ball. At the end of the third quarter, our score is 63-44 in favor of Kultura. But we still have 10 more minutes of action, folks. Of course, we'll be back. Atid sa inyo ng Batang Growy. Growy contains 100% vitamins D3 to help strengthen bones and muscles. Beat the growth deadline. Switch to Growy. And earlier, that is our Growy cheerer off the game. Of course, Growy maximize your child's growth window while their growth plates are still widely open. And this is the start of the fourth quarter. Hatid sa inyo ng Chef's Magic. Make every meal a magic moment. As here comes the white shirts with a great stop at the start of the fourth and final period. Charles, another dime inside, but ball goes out nga lang. And nasa labas pa si Tristan Nacolanga when he got that rebound. So, balik ang bola dito sa Kultura. As Charles Mami with an easy deuce inside. And Tops Mabulak at the back. Those two big men going to work. Actually, Charles Mami is undersized center. And this kid can also dribble down the ball, can make some passes just like that. Mabulak is the one who's actually the most tallest for Kultura, as right now at the start of the fourth, Kultura making a statement and an early timeout for Coach Sammy here in the fourth quarter. As they are now trailing by 21-point Duncan number lead, or 23 points na pala. 67-44, folks. We'll be back after the break. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that timeout breaks brought to you by Doray Bola ng Pilipino, the official ball of the Junior MPBL, the first Pinoy basketball here in the Metro. Or not just in the Metro, but here in the Philippines. As look at that three-point bomb for Franco Maximo. That's the first made triple for Bros X Grind Hoops here in this ball game. Pero quick retaliation play naman ang ginagawa dito ng Kultura, especially for Kael Mabulak. And that's one of the things that Bros Grind Hoops really needs to work on, is to make some stops against Kultura, because they're just trading buckets, and this is favoring Kultura, no? Oh, great defense by Kalma, blocking that shot, but Kael Mabulak with the hustle play. And fighting for that rebound, nakuha pa dito, sumakto. And pumasok pa for JM Abringe. But they're still trailing by 20 points. Still a huge margin as Charles spins short. And sumakto pa. Yung offensive rebound na yun to Kultura. Abringe. He has the rock, goes to the middle, and ball is short on that shot. Matatawagan nga lang dito si Lucas Pendon. And that's just his first personal foul, no? So, ball goes back to Kultura. If you are Bros X Grind Hoops, you need to quadruple your efforts, because the clock is not in our favor right now. We still have 7.5 remaining in this ball game. That's Mabulak, great feed. And that has been the story for Kultura, no? Earlier in the first quarter, Bros X Grind Hoops has been doing a phenomenal job stealing the ball against Kultura. But in the dying minutes of the second and up until the third, up until now, mas gumanda at humigpit ang depensa dito ng Kultura. And after getting some steals, some blocks, nakako-convert nila ang points from turnovers nila, as Coach Mark Herrera having the time of his life right now. Looking at him, and he's just nodding his head after that shot. One. And may foul na naman against Bros X Grind Hoops, this time on Caleb Laroga. And Caleb Laroga gets his 5th and final foul. He is out of the game. (75-51) as Mabulak tries to fire the triple, but no good. And ladies and gentlemen, the next game natin is gonna be still in our 11 under division. Sorry, it's gonna be in the 12 under division. Now we're gonna be moving forward to the 11. It's gonna be MCBA going up against RLCX FRJ Kids. That is our next game here inside the City Arena. As Mabulak got sandwiched by JMN1. Left corner. Oh, decides to go inside but shorten that floater for Calixai. Mabulak wasn't aware na sa kanya ipapasa yung bola as Mabulak hands it over to an easy shot for Angelo Uy. And another great stop for Kultura. So already halfway mark in the fourth and final period. And it's a 26-point lead, no? And the shots of Bros X GRINDHOOPS are missing right now. The shots are not falling in. So balik ang bola dito sa Kultura. And another great steal, this time for JM Abringe. Leading to a shot for Lucas Pendon. That's Charles. Creating space against JM Abringe. Again, don't be fooled by the height of Charles Mami. That kid is strong, no? Down low. As Charles kicks it. Short nga lang for Zio Sanchez. And just like that, because the clock is running out of, especially itong Bros X GRINDHOOPS, they're running out of time. They are, quickly trying to sink in their shots. They don't want to spend too much time every possession, but it's going against them. Kasi minamadali masyado yung mga shots nila. That's why their shots are not falling in because rush shots ang ginagawa nila. As Lucas gets fouled, that's going to be against Zio Sanchez. And we still have 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. As Lucas Pendon, again, this kid, I've watched this kid in different leagues around here in the Metro, and it's a sight to see that he's showing his skills again here in Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League. And this kid's handles is off the chart though for an 11 under player. And clearly, it all boils down to your hard work off the court or during practice. And it just shows that they are really practicing etong mga batang to. And what a better way to showcase kung ano yung na-practice nyo by showcasing to the higher leagues. Or one of the premier junior pocket leagues here in the Metro, which is Junior MPBL Pocket League by Manny Pacquiao. Calma fakes, Calma. Basket will count for Shein Calma. And we're gonna be finishing this game 4 today. After this, we still have 6 more. Ha? May 6 na laro pa po tayo, ladies and gentlemen, after this. And that's gonna be an easy deuce. On the other end. So 2 minutes and 15. As fadeaway J is up and good. For J, I'm bring it. And we are down to the last 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, of this game, brought to you by Chef's Magic, Dored Bola ng Pinoy, Pound Active, Milo, and Growy. And these two teams, no? As Charles Mami gets his 4th personal foul. I was about to say that these two teams are showing well-disciplined defense. Imagine, lamang ng 22 points etong Kultura. Even though they're up by 22, they only committed 3 team fouls. On the other end naman, Bros X GRINDHOOPS, they only committed 2 team fouls so far. Really showing some well-disciplined defense etong dalawang koponan natin. As Sanchez spins, no look pass. Oh, goes for that power dribble. And there's a whistle. That's the last foul to give dito for Kultura. And I like what Angelo Uy did there. He reacted to that call. And after that reaction, he gave the thumbs up sign to the referee saying na, oo nga, foul nga ako. So less than a minute to play here in the 4th game. And this one's pretty much over. We're just waiting for the final score as Kultura really dominated this game against Bros X GRINDHOOPS. As Shin Calma tries to cut it down, pero miscommunication as Zio Sanchez got too unselfish there. Angelo Uy thought that ititira na doon ni Zio Sanchez yung bola. So shot clock's already off. Will they just be dribbling it down? As Babula behind his head pass to a wide open Zio Sanchez. And this one's over, folks. That will conclude our 4th game for today. And Kultura, a win from behind. They were down by 10 points in the 1st quarter, turning the ball a lot of times. But they were able to bounce back and give a huge win in their game here in our Junior MPBL's Pocket League Season 3-11 under division. That's the final score, 85-65 won by Kultura.
mo muna sa main. Kakaproblema tayo. Okay na?
Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let us all congratulate our awardees for the previous basketball action between Kultura and GRINDHOOPS. First off will be our goalie defensive player of the game, none other than Juan Jimenez.
Okay, boss. Main bentong. Nalit mo na sa main. Ano, dyan? Sige, mo na. Sige, ano. Amen.
And we also have our Milo assist champ of the game, none other than Zio Sanchez. Congratulations. And of course, we have here our Chef's Magic player of the game from Kultura, Kael Mamula, with stats 21 points, 22 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, and 3 steals. Kael, congratulations. Double-double performance. Tatanungin lang kita, kanina during the first half, lamang ang nakalaban yung GRINDHOOPS. So ano yung naging adjustment na sinabi sa inyo ni Coach para makuha niyo yung panalo today?
More passes daw po at focus sa defense at adjust lang daw din po kami sa defense kasi po nakakalusot din po sa amin.
Thank you so much, Kael. And yun nga yung nakita naming adjustment. No? So, Kael, once again, congratulations for being our Chef's Magic player of the game. Magbabalik po ang Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Pocket League Season 3. Stay tuned.